Fantastic day to one and all. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Before I go on camera, I wanted to show you this piece of art I did in Sharm el Sheikh, Egypt. It's called Window to Humanity. And as you might know, I am an eco artist. So this is an old window frame that's been sitting on the side of the road for God knows how many years. And then the white part is a National Geographic poster, two of them actually, that I stapled to the back so I could create some art. And so you can see the nice words: peace, love, happiness, courage, friendship, integrity, giving, helping, sharing, patience, honesty, kindness, positivity, the words that positive words that we want to have in our lives. So today, episode is called, what is it called today? Before, my thousands of videos here on Be Fantastic are all unscripted, unrehearsed, and there's only one take. So if I make a mistake, that's what it is. That's what life is. A lot of people complain there's no bells and whistles and pretty girls and big boobs, and it's just positive, kind information that will help your life, help you be happier, help you succeed more. Um, they call me Dr. Fantastic because I have the prescription for a happier and longer life. And if you've been following my episodes and my journey around the world, you'll learn from my mistakes and you'll hopefully, even though it's free, you'll take in my advice and hopefully it'll make you happy. I've been calling this Life, Love, and the Pursuit of Happiness. I called my TV show in Belize the same thing. And I think I called my radio show in LA the same thing because that's what it's about: life, love, and the pursuit of happiness. You're on this planet to be happy. So what I wanted to, I'm wearing my art shirt, as you can see. I love doing art lately because you can just wipe your fingers on your smock or your pants and things like that. So what I want to talk about today was how we're influenced in life. Think of us as a computer. Everyone's a computer, and it's the most sophisticated computer ever designed, whoever designed it. And it records our information from point of conception to death. We all have total recall. We just don't know how to recall it yet. I met Ronald Reagan. He was a friend of mine. He had total recall till he had no recall. He had, unfortunately, he died from, was it Alzheimer's, I think it was? Any rate, so I was just thinking today how I've been influenced by my parents not even knowing it. Sometimes you're influenced and you don't even know it. So think of a child that's in a home and the parents are screaming, yelling, and fighting and physically and mentally abusing each other, right? That's influencing you. Now, we're sponges as children because we're not thinking about tomorrow, the future. We don't have any worries or problems, so we're just absorbing what it is in the present. Now, we're also linguistic geniuses. As many languages as you speak to a child, they will absorb and they can speak all the languages that are told to them. We're also influenced by, I met a 12, I saw a video of a 12-year-old, and he was talking about how he can't wait to kill people. His parents have brainwashed him or taught him that it's good to kill. I call it the insanity of humanity. But anyway, I want to talk about how I was influenced, and you probably were as well. If your parents smoked, there's a good possibility you will be a smoker, a drinker, or a drug taker if they did those things. And my parents did all those things. So I've done some drugs. I didn't smoke tobacco, never smoked tobacco, smoked marijuana, did a lot of things. And you're a product of your environment as well. When I was born into wealth, then I was raised in poverty, and then I was thrown into middle class. So I've got kind of a shaping of all three levels of society, if there's three general major ones. At any rate, so as far as art goes, as a child, when we were in poverty without running water or electricity, we had to make our own Christmas cards and Valentine cards for our classmates because we didn't have the money to buy them. Everybody else got to buy them, but we had to make them. And so I felt underprivileged. I felt ashamed that I had to give them a homemade card. But in retrospect, that was fantastic. Something that you make from your heart and you give to someone, that's wonderful. Like this piece of art behind me, I gave it to someone in Egypt. He's adoring it on his property. And one of these local shopkeepers commissioned me to make a 16-foot long art object with all these fantastic words. So anyway, so how my stepfather was an artist, and so we did a little bit of artwork then, and I never took it up till I was in Egypt. And so I followed in his footsteps by being an eco artist. And Egypt, Belize, Guatemala, everywhere I go, I take trash and I make beautiful things out of it. So that was one influence. Another influence I didn't realize I followed after was my mother. She gave up society. She was a famous actress and singer, dated Ronald Reagan. That's how I know him. And she just saw the plasticity of Hollywood, the bullshit of money, because money does not buy you happiness. And she gave up money for love. I was told that my father disappeared. My sister says she divorced him. So I don't know the real story. I did write a book about it called Lester's Legacy, and it's been well received. At any rate, so she marries a beatnik, and we live the life of a beat. We're in Life magazine. He was a very famous artist. They both died when I was 10, of course. But so I gave up money 5 years ago. I gave up the LA, not even thinking about what she did. I didn't realize it until about like 6 months ago that I followed in my mother's footsteps. I gave up the pretense of wearing fancy clothes because rich people dress down, poor people dress up. It's pretty funny how life works. So I followed after her. Now I was thinking my real father, who I never knew, he I thought abandoned my mother. So in that respect, when I left my family 5 years ago, they were grown. The marriage was not so happy. I spent 30 some odd years with my wife, and the last few years weren't fantastic. I slept on the couch, so it really was just a roommate type deal, and that's not something that's really fantastic. So I left. I left the family. They think I abandoned them. They're grown people. They're in their 40s, for Christ's sakes. So maybe I followed in my father's footsteps. Now, what would really be funny is when my father left my mother, because my real name is Lester Montecook III. He remarried a socialite in, I think it was South Carolina, and he had a son with her, and he named him Lester Montecook III. So is my name Lester Montecook III the first, or am I the first Lester Montecook III? But anyway, so he was eventually adopted, and his name's not Lester Cook anymore. But and he's in show business. So I kind of followed my father in show business as well. He was a writer. I'm a writer. He was a producer. I'm a producer. He was a ladies' man. I've been a ladies' man, still kind of one. And so I think I followed after my father's and my mother and my stepfather. Well, my stepfather, I followed after him because he taught me the trades. Piece of shit human being, but a bigot. He was a horrible person, but he did teach me the trades. But so I didn't follow after him. I just maybe followed his advice for working, with my hands. So I just wanted to talk about how you are going to influence your children. And I'm talking to this young lady, and she's very depressed and very upset and very mad at the world. She was raped as a child, and she had a horrible husband that took advantage of her, and her last boyfriend was horrible. So she's had a really bad run with men, but she's thinking about it all the time. So she's getting depressed. If you think about the past, especially the bad things that happened to you, you're going to be depressed. I unfortunately don't have a memory, so I don't have any problems. But the past is the past. It's history. Tomorrow's a mystery. It might be fantastic. Today is a gift. You have to enjoy every day. So if it didn't kill you, it made you stronger. Too many people like to blame everyone and everything but themselves. They'll blame the rape. They'll blame the bad marriage. They'll blame the parents. They'll blame where they're born in society. They'll blame their color of their skin. They'll blame all sorts of things and everything except themselves. You're accountable for your own actions. I had the worst childhood I think I've ever heard of, but I'm not complaining. It made me who I am, and I'm very happy with who I am. Some people, like my sons, probably aren't happy that I'm traveling the world and not being granddad. I don't even know what a granddad is. I never had one. I didn't have a grandma or a granddad. I had 3 sets of parents. I'm a convoluted, mess of from my childhood. But I guess I came out okay because I'm thinking positive. I'm manifesting a happy life. As you might know, I came up with the kindness pledge. I pledge to be kind to and love myself. That's the hardest, most important commitment in life. I pledge to be kind to and strive to love all others. There's a lot of evil people out there. Ignore them. Go away from them. Matter of fact, I called that lady today, and you know how she answered the phone? I'm pissed. I don't want to talk. So I said, okay, bye. That was the end of the conversation. I don't need to associate or be with anyone that's negative, and I encourage you to do the same. Negative people want to drag you in the mud. Thinking negative is cancerous to your health. So put happy thoughts in your head. Watch my show, The Complete Guide to Happiness, on YouTube. Do what makes you happy. Don't care what other people think. Here at Antigua, I'll get up on the bar and start dancing, and which encourages other people to do that. Someone's got to break the ice. And some people might say, "Oh, look at that old fart dancing. What a jerk. What an idiot." I don't care. I'm not doing it for him. I'm doing it for me because I love dancing. I love singing. I do karaoke here. I'm not a great singer, but they do give me a free shot of tequila every time I sing. So that's kind of cool. Do things for you. Create art. Get in the kitchen. Follow my cooking episodes here on the channel here. This channel, it's not designed to make money. It never will make money. I don't want it to make money because if you want to make money on YouTube, you got to do the same thing day in, day out. You couldn't pay me millions of dollars to sit there and do the same thing day in and day out. I won't do it. I never did it. Never will do it. I just have to have variety in my life. Variety of girls, a variety of travel, a variety of everything. Got to have it. That's just me. And not everyone's going to be me, but everyone has to be themselves. Be true to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. Who's going to love you if you don't love you? Who? Now you can pretend. And a lot of people, when they start a relationship, won't fart because, God forbid, after 30 years of marriage, trust me, you're farting with your loved one, right? So they put on a pretense because they don't want to be hurt. No one wants to be hurt. Everybody wants to be liked. I want to be liked. I want to be appreciated. There's nothing wrong with that. I didn't have much love as a child, so I want people to love me now. That's fine. So you put on this pretense, and then maybe 5 years down the line, you maybe get married, and you say, I got to start being myself because you're comfortable. And then all of a sudden she goes, who the hell is this? Because you pretended all that time. Not everyone's going to like you. This one friend of mine liked 500-pound women. I don't particularly like 500-pound women, but if you're a 500-pound woman and someone doesn't like you, that just means you're not their cup of tea. Somebody will like you. Somebody will love you. I always like to use Johnny DeVito as an example. He's short, fat, and ugly, but he's found love, and he's got children, and he's happy. Well, he's pretty funny, though. It helps to be funny. So, I can go on for hours like this. I know you're probably busy. You got to get back to work. Hopefully you'll like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel here. It's nothing but positive stuff. Now I will talk negative stuff on the Complete Guide to Happiness because you never know what people are going to say. Today's interview is X-rated. This guy used the F-bomb every other word. I couldn't help that. I didn't know that was going to happen because he's an ambassador and he's very kind and he's written some really wonderful blogs. So I figured he's going to be the greatest interview. It wasn't. It was hilarious. I mean, it was a fun interview, but I don't know what people are going to get out of it. Because I want someone to get something out of everything I say. I'm always talking positive because you got to think positive. You got to be positive about yourself. Know you're on the right path. You know that you're the most important person in the world. The analogy is when the oxygen mask drops, put it on first if you've ever been on an airplane. Because if you're not happy or alive or well, you can't be of service to your family, to yourself, to your community, to your God, to your company. You have to come first. Now, this kindness revolution, this Be Fantastic pledge, and the kindness, the 3 commitments to kindness, I consider it, my analogy is it's a piece of cake that I'm offering you for free. People don't like free, but I'm offering you this piece of cake. It looks delicious, it tastes delicious, and it's nutritious if you eat it. I can't force you to eat it. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So try the piece of cake. If you like it, fantastic. Lately, people have been eating my cake and just enamored and falling in love with helping me spread kindness, especially Prince David in Nigeria. He is doing incredible. He started another 10 groups, city groups. He's added hundreds of new ambassadors in the last couple weeks. The guy, my director in Zimbabwe, has added a bunch of people. I've got some really fantastic directors. There's only one director in every country. Then there's in that country, there's all the city and village and town groups. We want one admin in every one of those groups that is going to help by inviting people to hear about the 3 commitments, to watch the crazy Dr. Fantastic talk. Am I crazy? Some people might think so. My wife thought it was totally crazy to spend all my money, travel the world, teaching kindness. But I'm going to go with Steve Jobs, who said people who are crazy enough to think that they can make a difference in the world are the ones that do. We can make a difference if we share our knowledge, if we share videos like this, because you might admit there was some pretty good advice here. I think there is. I've been around the block a couple times. I'm a life coach, I'm a philosopher, author, artist, captain, Santa Claus, a lot of different things. And I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this, because there are 25,000 TV stations out there, 5 million podcasts, a lot of things to do with the little time that you have. People have very little time, and because they have to make a living, they have to go out of there. Now, here's the secret to happiness. Find something that's going to make you jump out of bed in the morning. When you find that something, you're going to jump out of bed because you're looking forward to your day, because you're going to do something that you love. When you do something that you love, you do it well, and you have fun doing it. When those things happen, someone's going to pay you for it. Don't jump out of bed for money. Now, there's 90% of the people that crawl out of bed every day because they don't enjoy what they're doing. They got to work, they got to make money to pay the bills, support the kids, their habits or whatever. So they crawl out of bed. And they have an alarm clock to make them get out of bed, and a snooze button so they can delay getting out of bed. But unfortunately, most people don't love what they're doing, and that's a shame. Try to find something that you love to do. And then there's the other 5%, because 90 plus 5 plus 5 equals 100, right? The last 5% are people say, screw it, I'm not getting out of bed. And they pull the covers over their head and say, that's it, call it a day. And they drink, because drinking gets you away from your problems. They take drugs, because drugs are an escape. Try to love yourself. That's the ticket. And do things for you. Plant a garden. Do art. Cook. Dance. Sing. For you, not for anyone else. And hopefully people will like it or love it and support it. I'm on a mission for a kinder world. I know I'm helping a lot of people. I know it. I have got hundreds and hundreds of testimonials, and I'm doing some really incredible things. It's really fun. I'm coming out with what's called Fantastic City. It's a 1,000-acre resort city. That's my ambitious plan. It's only $1 billion. If you got a check, send it to me. And it'll have a brand new airport, it'll have a brand new marina, it'll have a brand new hospital, it'll have a brand new amusement park, it'll have an environmental center, it'll have a biodiversity center, it'll have golf courses, did I say that? Beautiful beaches with cabanas and apartments, and it'll be no cars in the city. It'll be electric type vehicles. It's my dream, and I've got the property. And if you want to be part of that, let me know. It would be great to have you join the team. Got a fantastic team of people trying to see that become a reality. I also have a little project in El Paredon, the beach, and it's called, the beach is on Google. It's called Fantastic Beach, and that's the project. You're gonna be able to rent glamping, tents, motorhomes, and enjoy the beach in El Paredon. I give vision to these projects. I have people that make them happen. And if you don't dream, you can't accomplish a dream. So first you have to conceive, and that's what I do a lot of. Then you've got to believe. And after you believe and conceive, you should achieve. Because if you don't try it, it's not going to work. And if you're afraid of failing, which is ridiculous, because you're not going to grow unless you fail. And fail just means it stands for first attempt in learning. Now, if you keep making the same mistake over and over again, that's the description of insanity. And it is the insanity of humanity, but don't be afraid to fail. And have no fear in life. I have no fear whatsoever to go up to the prettiest girl in the place, to try to create Fantastic City, $1 billion project. And I also have another $1 billion project called the Monument for Kindness, for Global Kindness. And that's incredible. People love it. Just takes a little bit of money. And if it happens, great, fantastic. If it doesn't happen, hey, I'm still happy. I'm still giving, loving, teaching, being Dr. Fantastic. It's a crazy name, but it makes you smile. The word fantastic makes you smile. A smile releases endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin, which release stress, anxiety, and depression. So when someone says, how are you? Look them in the eyes and say, I am fan-fucking-tastic. Because you should be. Or you can say fan-freaking-tastic. It's not a cuss when it's an adjective in the middle of the word. Be fantastic. Love yourself. Am I getting my point across yet? And if I have, then please share it, because sharing is caring, caring is kindness, kindness leads to happiness. That's it for the day. I think I said a few things. Again, this isn't scripted. This is all from the heart. Just a simple guy with a simple plan. I made 3 commitments to kindness because people can't remember 4. Certainly can't remember 10 commandments. 3 commitments. 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, and older can remember it for the rest of their lives. Be kind to yourself, be kind to all others, and be kind to Mother Earth, our environment, and do the kindness pledge. Repeat after me. Let's close it with this. I pledge to be kind to and love myself. Say that with vigor and with meaning and with passion. I pledge to be kind to and strive to love all others. It's the golden rule. Come on, people, be kind to everyone. If you're kind, you're not going to lie, steal, cheat, fight, argue, bully, tease, all the horrible things man does. But if you must lie, lie next to someone that you love. If you must steal, steal away from bad company. If you must cheat, cheat death. If you must fight, fight tyranny. And if you must kill, kill a bad habit. That's the only time you should do those things. So be kind. 2 words that will save the planet. And I'm going to stick to it. And hopefully you'll be a part of it. Hopefully you'll be like my newest directors, who are so helpful. They just get it, because I can't be everywhere at once. So a director is my voice, the voice of the Be Fantastic philosophy in their country. They can do whatever they want as long as it's not commercialism, and it's for helping people and spreading kindness. Have I made my point? Did I make a point? Did I make you smile? Be fantastic, love yourself, and drop me a line. I don't hear much from people. Of course, the first 2 years on the tour, I never even knew there was comments. So I don't know how many people did comments. So I really didn't. They probably got mad because I didn't reply to their comment. And people get mad because I can't remember them. Can you remember 10,000? What is it? 360 people? Can you? If you can, bless your heart. But call me. My phone's open. People do call me. That's pretty good that 10,000 don't call me, but I would love to hear from you. Have a fantastic day, life, week. Be fantastic.